Today, I have a build that will clear waves with insane high ability uptime and can also have good damage. Let's jump right into it. So to start this build off, we have Risk Runner. And when I say Risk Runner got a massive makeover with such a small change is an understatement. Risk Runner got a new catalyst, which gave it chain reaction, and man, it is insanely good for ad clear. So when Risk Runner has its perk Arc Conductor active, which is activated by taking arc damage, you become more resistant to arc damage for 5 seconds, and kills extend that timer. But the best part is Risk Runner's trait Superconductor, which when Arc Conductor is active, shots will chain lightning and return ammo to the magazine. So while you're getting kills, you're chaining lightning, shooting almost infinitely, and everything is exploding. And yes, you do have to take arc damage, which can be tricky and dependent on the activity, but you can self-proc it by damaging yourself with an arc ability, and for the most part, there is arc damage everywhere, so it shouldn't be that difficult to proc. While Risk Runner is this good, it is only just one piece of the whole puzzle. Next, we have Fallen Sunstar, which is an exotic helmet with the perk Ionic Conductor, which when you collect ionic traces gives you extra ability energy, and nearby allies also get ability energy on trace pickup. With the combination of Risk Runner and Fallen Sunstar, ability cooldowns basically don't exist, with how many ionic traces we'll be making with our aspects and fragments. The first aspect I chose is Electrostatic Mind, which when you defeat enemies with arc abilities or jolted targets, it creates an ionic trace which on pickup also makes you amplified. Now your second aspect is mostly up to you because I think any one of them would truly work for this build, but the aspect I chose is Ionic Sentry, which when you get arc kills, it charges up your sentry that when deployed chains lightning giving you stacks of bolt charge. I chose this aspect because it chains even more lightning and grants bolt charge for the extra damage, but like I said, I think any of the other aspects would work just fine. For fragments, I went with Spark of Shock, which makes your grenades jolt, Spark of Ions, which defeating jolted targets creates an ionic trace, Spark of Magnitude, which extends the duration of your grenade, and Spark of Discharge, which arc weapon final blows have the chance to create an ionic trace. I'll quickly go over the abilities I've chosen. The abilities I've chosen are Chaos Reach Super for more damage, Healing Rift for healing, Chain Lightning for the extra melee charge and jolt, and Pulse Grenade. Though I will say abilities are entirely up to your preference because like I said, cooldowns don't exist with this build, so no matter what you choose, you'll always be able to use them. With these fragments and aspects, you have a total of 3 ways to create ionic traces. But what if I told you that there was an additional way to create them? With the new armor set bonus, Shock and Clear on the Luminipotent armor set, you create ionic traces by getting final blows with jolt or jolted targets. So in total, we have 4 ways to create ionic traces, which in turn will give you insanely high ability uptime. Speaking of armor, the armor mods I went with are Ashes to Assets and Harmonic Siphon on the helmet for more super gains and orbs. For the gauntlets, I went with Firepower, Bolstering Detonation, and Momentum Transfer to reduce my class and grenade ability cooldowns even further and to create more orbs. For the chest, I usually just go with whatever the activity requires. For the legs, I have 2 Arc Weapon Surge mods and an Innervation for more Risk Runner damage and to also reduce my grenade cooldown. For the class item, I have Time Dilation, Powerful Attraction, and Bomber to have higher armor charge uptime, and as you guessed it, to reduce my grenade cooldown even further. For stats, I recommend trying to get High Weapon stat for higher damage on your Risk Runner, and Higher Grenade stat for more grenades. Last, I'll go over the artifact and the perks I've chosen. The artifact I went with is Hunter's Journal, and I may not have been totally honest with you. There might be even more ways to create ionic traces. With the artifact perk Elemental Siphon, you create an elemental pickup when you get rapid final blows with a weapon matching your super, which in this case would be even more ionic traces when you get kills with Risk Runner. It's getting a little ridiculous at this point. The next artifact perk is Shock and Awe, which when you get arc kills, while amplified, summon a bolt of lightning that damages and jolts targets just for extra damage. The next perk is Counter Energy, which when you stun a champion, gives you ability energy on your least charge ability, of course for even more ability uptime. And the last artifact perk is Bad Amplitude, which when you stun a champion with an arc ability, they become jolted. With all of these things, you have a build with insanely high ability uptime and insanely good ad clear. After using this build for a bit, I've become obsessed with it. I hope you have just as much fun as I have on this build, and I hope that you have great success with it. Let me know in the comments anything that you'd like to change about this build, because I'm sure there are many ways to make it even stronger. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.